Okay, I've got a little bit of a story for you today. When I was in the Air Force, I was a photographer. And as a photographer, we are required to fly in aeroplanes. And there was a requirement where I was to fly in a Mirage aircraft. The Mirage is the jet fighter before the F-111. Sweatback, kind of a delta shape. And it was a pretty old aircraft, but they were very good. We had 4 two-seaters, so we're all single seat, but 4 of them had 2 seats for a bit of training, and we would go, they would want a photographer occasionally to go flying in there, to do air-to-air and things like that. Most of the photographers didn't want to fly in them. I figured that if a pilot was game to fly it, I was game to get in it. And so that's the way I looked at it. I jumped at any chance to fly. Okay, so first up they suggested that since I'd never been in a Mirage before, I would have to do a check flight. So they strapped me in, they put the G-suit on me. G-suit blows up, squeezes your legs, puts the blood back into your upper body when you're pulling G's. When you pull G's, your blood goes to your feet and you black out. So as it happens, as the G's come on, G-suit squeezes your legs, squeezes the blood up into your head, and hopefully you don't black out quite as soon. Okay, so I put the G-suit on, put all the gear on, the crash helmet, everything. They strap me into the aircraft. We taxi out. I've never done any of this before. The pilot's sitting in front, we're one behind the other, so I'm sitting behind the pilot. All I can see is the back of his, and he's got a little mirror there so he can look at me and make sure I haven't left. And he says, okay, he said, we're taxiing out now. We stop at the end of the runway, and he says, right, he says, now, before we take off, he said, I'll give you a bit of a brief. He said, if we have an engine failure on takeoff before 90 knots, before we're travelling 90 knots, we will stay with the aircraft and we will go into the barrier at the end of the runway, which is a big fishnet that catches aeroplanes. And he said, we will go into the barrier. If we're doing more than 90 knots, he said, I will say, eject, eject, eject. If you hear the third one, you are pilot in command of the aircraft. In other words, he's gone. He's not waiting for me. Okay, the idea is he wants me to go first because when he goes, the ejection seats have got a rocket in them. They blast up and throw you up in the air. And if he goes first, I'm going to get his rocket blast and get. So if you see them eject, usually the back person will eject first. Anyway, I never had to do that, fortunately. But, and then we took off, climbed, how are we looking? Yeah. Okay, we climbed. I had a very good flight that day. It was a bit worrying. But by the time we got back, I won't tell you the rest of the flight, we'll tell that another day. I got back safely anyway, I'm still here. I did 19 hours flying in the back seat of Mirages, so I must have enjoyed it. Okay, that'll do for the moment.